how to be a filmmaker. This is great for first-time filmmakers, but really anyone who is having a hard time getting around the filmmaking process, this might be helpful to you. Or it might not be, but you can let me know. So basically, what do you need to get started as a filmmaker? A lot of people say different things. Some people say you need money, you need awesome camera gear, you need a crew, you need an awesome script. And this is basically my approach that I would recommend for a first-time filmmaker, and that is use what you have. So use the best camera if you have access to it, or use the camera that you have in your pocket. So you can use your phone camera. That's the first step. Use the camera that you have. The best camera sometimes is the one that you have access to. By all means, if you can borrow a camera from a friend or a fellow filmmaker or someone who's more experienced and might have a bigger kit than you, go for that. But the best camera is the one that you have. So don't use that as an excuse not to go out there and film your story. Second of all, what you need to do is not worry so much about the script. What you want to do for your first time film is come up with a story and aim for 1 minute. What you want to do is come up with a 1 minute short film. Now, use your imagination. Use what you have. You know, use the locations that you have. If it's just your home, and some friends who are willing to be your actors or actor, go ahead and shoot with them, okay? If not, you might have to improvise. You might have to shoot your dog or shoot your... don't actually shoot your dog, I mean film your dog, okay? Or film your family members, or even, you know, borrow whoever you know to be in your 60-second short film. And if you look at it that way, not being stuck with a budget, using whatever camera that you have, even if it's your cell phone, and I challenge you to try and go out there and make a 1 minute film using the resources that you have. Now say you get good at that, or you do it and you're like, oh yeah, well this is pretty easy, but I want better quality sound, then you can go and try and find a better quality microphone. You can find that online, or we can talk about audio later on. But the main thing to do is start. That's the biggest hurdle for a lot of creatives, is to get out of your own way and just use what you have. Do you need a lot of money to do that? I don't think so. Do you need an awesome script? No. Do a 60-second short film. Do it. Now, if you can do it and post that in the comments below, I'd love to check it out. And then the follow-up to that is your next film, right? If you're serious about continuing as a filmmaker, double the time, run time, so make a 2 minute film. Now you're probably saying, what about all the editing, Erryn? What about all the other stuff? Well, yeah, that's a little bit more involved, and that's probably a topic for another video to discuss. But my main thing is to get out there and use what you have, shoot it on your cell phone. And look, you might not even have to edit it at 60 seconds. Try and do a continuous shot, so without having to worry about cutting. I mean, that's my challenge for first-time filmmaker. And once you've done that, and more than one person can watch it, whether it's on YouTube or on Vimeo or just showing it to your friends, all of a sudden you're a filmmaker, okay? And it's a starting point, and the only way is up. Do a 2 minute film after that. Do a 4 minute film. Do an 8 minute film. So then you're starting to get more and more complicated. But my approach is always start minimally as a minimalist and see what you can come up with. A lot of filmmakers start with short films. Christopher Nolan's first short film, Doodlebug, check that out, that's awesome. A lot of other indie filmmakers have done it too. The Duplass brothers, they start off with an idea and they just go out and shoot it. And sometimes that's the best way to be a creative filmmaker. So best of luck, and I hope to hear from you and check out your films one day. Cheers.